So this is Julie, and this is Dreams to Reality. And I'm trying something new right now, which is I am recording in my car. And if you hear strange noises, it's because I'm in my car. I accepted like a traveling job. It's mostly like it involves a lot of traveling because I realized that I'm really one of those people that I can't work in a building anymore. It's just not possible. Like I like to travel. I do house calls. I visit place to place. And I'm a healthcare worker. So I just realized that I'm not fit. My mentality is not fit to work in a building anymore. And I used to work in a building, but it's just not me anymore. I just want to be free. I want to like see sights and sounds, and it's kind of crazy, but I really don't mind the driving because I find it more stressful if I am contained inside a building and just doing menial work, like doing the same thing over and over. And the kind of job that I have, even if it is very even if my job entails a lot of travel, it is for me, and it's like no day is the same. I actually prefer that rather than having a predictable day. And I actually set my goal on this job because I actually felt like the company that I worked for, energetically, I was not a match for that company anymore. And so, which is kind of strange if you listen to your intuition. So what happened was I already was looking for a job, and then before I knew it, there was what you call that, the company that I used to work for, they got bought off by a third party provider, like a healthcare provider, service provider. And then I had already started looking for a job at that point. And then although it came as a shock and a surprise, the thing is I just followed the energy. I followed my intuition, and then weirdly enough, I was already putting out distributing my resumes 2 or 3 weeks before the company that I work for folded. It didn't really fold, but it's still there, but it got bought off by a third party healthcare provider. So it's just, if you really follow the energy and if you really follow your intuition, you'll be amazed at the things that you can accomplish. And so the topic for today is just because I don't know if you're familiar, if you've been listening to this podcast since episode 1, but I am Jeannie Hermoso. I'm a self-published author, and I wrote the book Dreams to Reality, and it is a book about the 4 keys of realizing your dreams from thoughts into reality. And the 4 keys are clarity, clearing subconscious reprogramming, and aligned action. So since we're already talking about energy, so we're going to talk about aligned action. So what does aligned action mean? Aligned action means exactly as I described it. It means following the energy. So what happened is taking the appropriate action that would lead you to your goal. Because so the past job that I left or just dissolved, the company basically the provider just disappeared. We got sold off. our team got sold off or is under contract with a third-party provider. So anyway, the last company that I worked for, I already felt that it was not serving the purpose that I wanted to serve. Like, it didn't align with my dreams and my goals anymore. And I already knew that. And I already knew that when I took the job that it was just going to be temporary while I was healing and I was like shifting my energies because from COVID, from the pandemic, it was just a job that was necessary during the pandemic, and I knew that it wasn't the job that I really, really wanted. And I've been for I guess less than a year, I've already been thinking about like the job that I wanted to transition to, which is a job that entails a lot of traveling and a lot less stressful, better pay, and this is the job that I have right now. So the thing is, when you are really in alignment with what you want, your actions will just be in alignment as well. So in my case, I already knew that the job that I had before was temporary. I knew that it wasn't really going to be a long-term job for me. And anyway, I already set that expectation of myself and set my goals that I'm not gonna stay in healthcare forever. I'm already right now defining what I really want moving forward. So the job that I took, it is a job that will pay better and will just provide me with some stability until I can transition over to my dream job, which is really to do this content creation thing full time and to really just become a writer full time. So all the actions that I'm taking right now, because I'm clear with what I want and I'm aligned with what I want, I'm just taking the necessary action, like creating, like for example, creating a podcast while I'm driving, because I want to be a full-time content creator, whether it be YouTube, whether it be my books, whether it be my podcasts, wherever the content that I want to create takes me, I'm just going to continue with it. And I really want to do it full time, and I really want to travel more outside of the US. So you see, I've been defining my goals so much that everything that I do moving forward, like once you have defined your goals, I'm just taking aligned action. So for example, right now your goal is more long term. You really want to work for a company that you want to stay with for 5 or 10 years, and you're thinking retirement probably after 10 years. So once you have defined that, you will just automatically, and sometimes you might have some self-limiting beliefs that we can work on, or you can work on, that we can work on one-on-one as well. To be more in alignment with what you really want. And it could be anything. It could be a relationship. So let's say it's a relationship you really want. Define the relationship first. It doesn't have to be with a particular someone. It's not that particular person you're with. It's more like defining what type of relationship you want to be in. And once you have defined that, you're just taking aligned action, to date. You know, like they don't want to go on dating apps, so they think that the guy or the relationship that they want is just gonna fall, or the guy that they want is just gonna fall out of the sky, and it's just gonna, drop on their lap. No, you have to do aligned action, which is, you have to start looking probably, and you have to put yourself out there, because if you stay at home, the chances, it can happen, but you gotta help, the universe as well. Help yourself as well. Put yourself out there, join apps, join dating apps, or do social events. Go to social events, like ask people, talk to people. So do aligned action, but it first starts with